Welcome back to this installment of the Voices in Class series. I am so excited. Riana, it's lovely to see you. Please tell me it's Riana and Riana.
Riana,
Riana. Riana,
yes.
welcome. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
So tell us all a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from and how did you get into quilting?
Okay, I'm Riana, and then we stay in Eastern Cape of South Africa in a town Uitenhage. So the best to describe Uitenhage is where Volkswagen factory is.
Oh,
That is
wow.
yes, that is
Do
our
you
town.
drive a Volkswagen?
Do I drive Volkswagen? No, that's bad.
It's not bad at all. There's many but bloody cars. So how long
Uh,
have you lived down there?
all my life.
Wow.
All my life. I've been staying here. I've been born here. My parents come from here. My sister is still here. So yeah, we
There's,
are grown up here.
there's
Yes,
a lot to
I
say
am.
about your hometown.
Sorry.
There's a lot to say about living in your hometown through your life. I think it's wonderful.
Yes, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm working here. I'm a nurse, so, and a midwife. So yeah, I'm working here at our hospital here and enjoying it very much. So
I think a
yes.
midwifery must be a really exciting career.
Yes, definitely. It's absolutely, I feel, the best place to be. I've moved out of the maternity ward a while ago, worked in theater, and now I'm in the medical ward. So I've moved around a bit in the hospital, but midwifery will always be the first love in my heart.
Mm.
Yes.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
A doctor
Yes.
friend of mine once said to me that watching childbirth is the most terrifying and extraordinary thing he'd ever seen, which I thought was very funny.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
And
how did
then
you get into, sorry, how did you get into
yes.
quilting?
Quilting is actually the matron of our hospital introduced me to quilting. She made the most beautiful things, and then she invited me to join the guild. Our guild is Dia's Guild, and then I joined there, and that is how I got involved in quilting. To see the lovely quilts other people made really inspired me to
And how
start
long have
with
you been
quilting.
quilting?
Probably about 8 years.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
I'm still new in the business.
I'm 10, so it's not, I'm a little bit behind, a little
Yes.
bit ahead of you.
Yeah.
And what has been your
Yes.
favorite quilt that you've made?
I still feel my very first one. When I started, I was then introduced to do the sampler quilt course. So that was lovely. Well, I met the most lovely girls in that class, and we are still friends up today. So that memory of that class and making and learning all that new techniques, that is still my favorite quilt.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
understand that as well. My first quilt's also very special. Hideous,
Yes.
awful. The techniques are dire. I look back at it and think, how on earth did I make that? But it's what gets you started, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So what
Yeah.
do you think makes you different as a South African quilter towards quilters from around the world?
I thought about that, and then I think, what do I know about quilters about the rest in the rest of the world? And if I look on like YouTube and Facebook, and that is where I see the rest of the world's quilters, it always looks to me like they have the most amazing machines and the most amazing quilting rooms and the resources, which I don't have. So I think that makes me different. I make do with what I have, and I enjoy the quilting with what I have. I have one machine which I bought with my first nursing salary donkey years ago, and that's the only machine I have. And then I use with what I have because I enjoy making. I enjoy the creativity of things, and you use what you have, and you make the best of it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think is so true. Because I do think as well with the I'm not touching on the politics of it all, but with the apartheid era, I think that as South Africans, we all had to make a plan because you couldn't
Yes.
get stuff, you had to do stuff, and we all made it work. And there's a wonderful Afrikaans expression which a lot of people from outside of South Africa won't know, and it's called a boer maak 'n plan. And that is
Yes.
literally that a farmer will make a plan to make it happen.
Yes.
And I think South
Yes.
Africans live by that ethos.
Yes.
Do you not think that the original quilting back in the very beginning when they started, they had the same thing, the same ethos? Because quilting
Yes.
was when your clothes broke down and disintegrated, you then cut them up and made them into
Yes.
quilts to keep your family
Yes.
warm.
yes. And I think that also with the hand stitching and with being together. That is what I actually like the most of the quilting is our quilting groups and getting together and show me what you do and get advice from each other. That is what drawn me to quilting, not actually making quilts, but that friendships that was formed now already in this few past years.
And it is
Yeah.
that community because I think that that's what's got me into it and why I made this my business. It's the
Yeah.
community. They are such incredible women. And I think as a
Yes.
man, I've got a slightly different perspective. And for me, I look at it and see these phenomenally talented, really intelligent women who've been amazing mothers, amazing partners, amazing spouses, and big pillars in the community helping wherever they can. But
Yes.
also that aspect of talent and creativity that is a little bit overlooked because people who aren't in the quilting world don't get to see that.
Yes.
Extraordinary,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
really,
that's true.
yourself included. So tell me a little
Uh,
bit about your Voices in Club.
yeah. I last year with our DS Quilt spring show. Then I entered a mini quilt, and that was the first quilt I ever entered in any competition. And then I actually got a ribbon. I felt, wow, I did not expect that. And then when your invitation come about that, so I thought, oh, why not? It's a mini quilt, why not? And I felt it was. I think it's extremely exciting what you are doing and to promote the festival in this way. I think it's unique. It's the first time that I heard about somebody doing like that. So that just inspired me to then enter a quilt. So my other love is music. I love piano music and listening to piano music, and I play a little bit of piano, and that's where how I made in my symphony. That's the name of my mini quilt. It was a piano that I made, and that is like combining the two loves that I have in creating things, the with the quilting and then the piano music. Yeah,
And it's worked beautifully.
yeah.
It's really, really lovely.
Oh, thank you.
So who do you
Yes.
normally make quilts for then?
Well, I didn't make that a lot yet, but what I made for my sons. Both of them got a quilt already. My eldest is also liking piano, so he also got a piano quilt. And then my youngest is more into gaming, the one that helped me now with the with the
Your
computer.
family IT expert.
Yes, yes. So he got a Minecraft quilt. Um, yeah, and then I'm at the moment I'm making more smaller projects like mini quilts or table runners for my house. That is what I'm doing at the moment. Yes.
Have you ever made yourself a quilt?
Not actually, now that I've made the quilt top already, but it's not quilted yet. Yes. So that is a project that must still be done. Yes.
Because one thing I
Yeah.
find about quilters is they're very, very giving and they're always giving away their projects and making things for other people. And when I do
Yes.
my podcast with the girls, we often talk about the fact we actually haven't made ourselves quilts. Or if
Yes,
we
it's
have,
actually
it's,
terrible, eh?
well, I don't know if it's terrible because I think that spirit of giving things away is wonderful and it's a great part of what our community is. But I think
Yes.
every now and then we kind of, you forget yourself and you forget the process for you and you kind of just wonder whether you should pay a little more care to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you
No,
look at the
that's
joy
true.
you brought to your children making them quilts, and you kind of want to do that for yourself as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true.
What do you think
Yeah.
the best part of quilting is for you?
I think the best part, as I said, it is meeting other people, making friendships with other people. And then also because there's so many different projects that you can, for example, I heard through quilting about this Little Quilts of Love. I don't know if you know about that.
No.
Little Quilts of Love is actually a worldwide project where people make little quilts, like 50 to 70 centimeters, quilt blocks, and then put a little soft material at the back. And these quilts are then donated to mothers who lost babies, stillborn babies. And then the mom can then decide, do she want to wrap the baby in that quilt and bury the baby, or does she want to keep that as a momentum for for the birth of a baby. So because I'm a midwife and I love quilting, this just made sense for me to get involved in that. So our guild also are involved with that, and then we make these quilts, and then the person in South Africa is from Good Hope Guild. Her name is Renelle. So
Oh,
she
Renelle, I adore Renelle. She's amazing.
no, she's the person in South Africa that runs with this. So these quilts are then donated to hospitals, and then like our hospital also. And if we have a mom who lost a baby, then she receives one of these quilts. And
Well,
so it's it's projects like this that is for me the best about quilting.
that's
There's definitely
extraordinary.
something that is personal for you, important for you, and there's so many other projects. This one is just now that um, taken me by heart because I'm a midwife also. Yes.
But I think
Yeah.
I'm never going to have children, obviously. And for me, it's a case, I've never experienced the trauma of having lost a child, thank God. But I know people who have, and being able
Yes.
to contribute to their, I don't even know what you call it, that horrible state where they go through that,
Yes.
being able to make something special. That's incredible. Little
Yeah.
Quilts of Love, you say?
Little Quilts of Love. Yeah, go look on Facebook, Little Quilts of
Oh,
Love South Africa, and then you'll see a bit more about that.
that's
Yes.
extraordinary. What a wonderful
And
thing to
what
do.
is also nice about that, if you as a midwife, it's sometimes difficult to start talking to that mom about her grieving process. So now if you have something physical to give her, it's very nice starting point to talk to her and to comfort her and to help her. Yeah. So
Awful.
now that is, yeah.
Awful. I think
Yes.
that's the worst part of any job for you would be that.
Yes.
It's awful. But
Yeah.
what a
Yeah.
special way of being able to do that.
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
able to encourage new people to quilt? And if so, how do you do it?
Yes, definitely. I feel through, like, for example, through this Little Quilts of Love, the people at work obviously wanted to know more about quilting and how did I get involved. So things like that, definitely. And also through again, through the groups inviting. I was privileged enough. Last year, I was on the committee of our Dias quilt group, and to invite people through that manner. No, definitely. Yeah, it's good to share the things that gives me joy. It's good to share that and invite people to learn about quilting. Yes.
Love it. And what's your
Mm.
advice to new quilters?
My advice to new quilters is definitely join a quilting group, make friends, and have fun and learn through having fun. Definitely, you can't do this on. It's not just something that you must do on your own.
It
You
is
go to a
definitely a
group.
lot better when you do it with people. I 100% agree
Yes.
with you.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you going to be at the festival?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh, well, we'll do
No.
lots of videos so you can see it and be part of it all.
Yes, no, I'm looking forward to looking at the videos. Our guild has we next in line in South Africa. So in 4 years' time, definitely I will be at the festival. That will be my first festival. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's extraordinary because 2 years ago was my first in Stellenbosch.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know the story. So I'm an enormous fan of Talene Jeffries and Claire Wallace. Those were the two
Yes.
people that I had wanted to meet when I was there. And, I'm a very new quilter and nobody in South Africa knows who I am. And went into the festival and I was thinking, these are the two people I want to meet. I want to make a really good impression. I really want to go.
Yeah.
And it's this amazing woman in Good Hope Quilters, and she had a clipboard. And I arrived, and I was free the whole day. And I thought, you know what, the day of the day before the quilting festival, there's always going to be somebody who needs some help. So I went
Yes.
up to this lady and I said to her, "Hi, I'm John. I'm completely free today. Does anybody need any help?" And she had a clipboard and she says, "Yes, I do. Come with me." And she dragged me off with the most beautiful man I have ever seen in my entire life, who's
Uh,
related to her somehow. And she said, "Help him carry something out the car." Now, I'm not built for carrying. I am not a carrier. I'm a pointer. And
yeah.
we had to drag a 200 kilogram handy quilter frame from the car about 900 kilometers to this room. So I arrived sweating from everywhere. I was
Uh,
absolutely dead. And I literally put it down, looked up, and there's Talene and Claire. And I was like, so yes, I always tell that story because I'm meeting my two quilting heroes in South Africa and I'm sweating all over their boxes. It was awful. But
Yes.
yes, you will love the quilting festivals. Because the spirit
Yes.
of South Africans is very real, and when you get that many in a space together, it's very, very
Yeah.
special. So
No, I'm
what?
sure I will. Just our spring shows every year. It's so nice. It's so lovely to see other people's or quilts hanging, and people are so proud of their things hanging there. That's no, it's very special.
Very, very.
Mm.
So what's next for you
Yeah.
on your quilting journey?
Oh, what's next is my just continuing with what I'm doing now. I am, as I said, doing the smaller projects at the moment and loving that. Yes.
Wonderful. And you're going to get that
Yeah.
quilt yourself done.
Yes.
Good. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us. I'm so, so glad I've met you. And I'm sorry not to see you at festival in a few months, but maybe in 4 years, I'll see
Yes.
you then.
Yes. Yes. You definitely have to do these things for our guild's festival also
I will do my
in four
very
years'
best.
time.
I'm hoping we get
Yes.
as many people contributing. That would be amazing.
Yes. Yes.
So that
Yeah.
brings us to the end of this episode of the Voices in Cloth series. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for more.
Hi, I'm Riana Else. I am from South Africa in a little town, Uitenhage, in the Eastern Cape. And I love quilting and I love listening to piano music. And that is where the inspiration come from making my quilt. My quilt's name is Symphony, and it's a little quilt um, uh, um, featuring a piano. And I love making that and being part of this project for Voices in Cloth. And I hope you enjoy my quilt as much as I loved making it. Thank you.